Once upon a time, people in ancient Rome told stories of a goddess who flew across the sky every morning to announce the new day with a sunrise. Her name was Aurora. Now, most of us are familiar with the sunrises and sunsets that mark the beginning and end of each day. But there's also another, more unusual occurrence that creates beautiful colors in the sky, and it's called an aurora, just like the Roman goddess. As you can tell from these unique colors, auroras are neither sunrises nor sunsets. In fact, they are best seen late at night and only appear in certain locations, either far north or far south. To find some northern auroras, also known as the Northern Lights, let's take a trip to Iceland, which is a country in northern Europe. Here, if we were to observe an aurora, we would call it an aurora borealis. But why borealis? Well, like the name Aurora, Borealis also comes from ancient mythology, specifically the Greek god Boreas. He was said to be responsible for the north wind, so it makes sense that his name would be used for the northern lights. Now, if we wanted to see a southern aurora, also known as the Southern Lights, we could take a trip to Australia. In science terms, these southern lights here are called the aurora australis. As you may notice, Australis sounds very similar to Australia, and the reason for this is the Roman god Auster, who controls the southern wind. Because both Australia and the aurora australis are located near Earth's southern pole, it makes sense why their names have similar origins. Now that we have discussed where auroras occur, Borealis in the north and Australis in the south, there are still some questions to answer. Firstly, what exactly causes auroras? And secondly, why do they only occur at the top and bottom of our planet? To begin, you should know that auroras are actually caused by the sun. During periods of intense solar activity, particles with a lot of energy are ejected. They then collide with the Earth's magnetic field, which protects us from harmful space weather. As you can see, this magnetic field is widest along Earth's middle and becomes closer to the planet as we approach either the northern or southern pole. Now, when these particles from the sun hit the Earth's magnetic field, they are directed towards either of the poles. And as they get closer to the planet, they begin to interact with our atmosphere, which is the air we breathe. Now, because these particles have a lot of energy, they will give off different colors of light depending on what gases they interact with. For example, a particle interacting with oxygen will give off a green color, or perhaps a red color, while a particle interacting with nitrogen will produce shades of blue or purple. Looking back at this aurora, we can see two main colors. Can you guess which gases produce each color? Well, if you said oxygen for the green light and nitrogen for the purple light, you'd be correct. Although we've discussed auroras on Earth, particles from the sun can reach all throughout the solar system. This means that auroras occur on many different planets. So, if you ever get in a spaceship and travel the solar system, be on the lookout because you could see lots of dazzling auroras, such as this one on Jupiter.